Hello everyone, welcome back. We are getting into, Namshar versus Guru, which will start off on Frozen Temple once we get them both in here. I'm gonna guess Namshar took a minute break because he didn't respond to me, and Guru's been waiting for some time as he just blew right past everyone on the brackets, so it'll be a few minutes.
Yeah, we got some time. But we were also talking about some of the other matches that are setting up. Right now, Epic is going to be playing off versus Fear, and they are already in a game. But I think that's pretty cool. Not Epic. Eric. Eric is playing off versus Fear. But Eric not only beat Nurchio, but he also ended up beating Healer, which I think is one of those, like, quote-unquote BaseTradeTV favorites.
Yeah, he's a sub, and has a really cool, fun style. He's actually pretty good, but he's just not, he's not like round of 4 quite yet.
He's getting there, slowly but surely. Besides that, we do have Hellraiser, who advanced on over Avocado. And he's going to end up playing off versus the winner of Natural versus Neuroswarm. I think you were talking about Natural being one of those, like, kind of newer, up-and-coming, quote-unquote, Korean players. Nero, of course, one of those hometown North American heroes. It's going to have a hard fight, but hey, if you can make it work. I do feel like is not on, like, the hardest side of the bracket. Like, he doesn't have to face off versus like a Guru or, like a Keen or anything like that until potentially the semifinals.
Yeah, despite having a lot of, I guess, good names in the brackets, of course, Nurchio went out pretty early, which is very surprising. He should have been in the finals, I think, any other day.
Naiden went out.
Yeah, Naiden went out.
Also had, like, let's see.
Tails and
I think
Keen
there were a couple other people.
faced him really early, so that, could have been a semifinals as well. So we do have a couple of people that just, like, aren't too familiar, I suppose, like Eric and Natural and Cuddle Bear or Blue Cheese, but that are familiar when you look at these online tournament brackets. And Blue Cheese ended up taking its 2-1 against Cuddle Bear.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see how Blue Cheese plays because Cuddle Bear has been doing pretty well lately. He recently played in, like, a King of the Hill that was happening on Tempo's channel, sponsored or I guess run by a guy named Rookwood, and he ended up going like 9-0 in the King of the Hill.
Wow.
Now, granted, I will admit, not all of those 9-0 players, like that 9-0 was not necessarily versus all, like, top level players. But he was beating some pretty good ones. I think he was only finally dethroned by, like, Pili Pili. Or no, he was dethroned by Mini Razor, who then was dethroned immediately by Pili Pili.
Oh, yeah. I saw the Reddit thread for that, but I was still traveling, so I didn't actually get to check it out. But that's pretty cool. It kind of felt like spur of the moment, right?
It looked real. It was pretty spur of the moment. Like, I don't even think it was supposed to be a King of the Hill when it started. It was like, oh, let's do, like, this for fun match, and, like, we can cast it. And then it turned into, like, oh, such and such other person wants to play. Well, we'll just have him play the winner. And, like, oh, wait a second, this is the King of the Hill format, isn't it?
Cool. It'd be cool if it turned into something. Like, of course, King of the Hill Total Biscuit was amazing, but I used to have smaller King of the Hills from the American people a long time ago.
Yeah, I miss those. I feel like King of the Hill was always a really cool format.
Well, we're into the round of 8 now for the Corsair Cup. It's ZvZ. And the bottom right, as the green Zerg, he is Guru.
And in the top left, we have the red Zerg player. Give it up for Dead Pixels, Namshar.
Okay. So Guru, an old favorite to win Corsair Cup, online cups, I guess, in general. Or at least round of 4. Namshar still kind of making his way to that consistent top 4. He'll make it every now and then. He'll have his runs at DreamHacks, but not consistently yet. He's looking to get to the round of 4 here. As we were talking about, there's still Keen, is a good name to get through, in Fear. Or Eric, I suppose. Another name to get through. But the next round, as the Corsair Cup does have default first maps, is going to start on Dasan Station, which always trips people up and sometimes really tilts people even when they see it coming up.
It's one of those things where, like, whenever I meet a player and they tell me, oh yeah, you know, Dasan section, yeah, that's like in my vetoes. I want to like shake them and say, why are you vetoing maps as a professional player? You don't know when this is going to be like a starting map, or if it goes to like a game 6 or a game 7, and you just don't have any experience on the map. What are you going to do then?
Yeah.
Because we've seen that happen before so many times.
Especially in Legacy of the Void, where so many tournaments adopted the best of 5, you know, very early on in the tournaments, because the games are a little bit quicker. You're going to have those less vetoes, so the chances of getting to a best of 5, and you both didn't veto it because you thought the other one was going to veto it, or best of 7 is actually quite likely. But
yeah. Quick note about the openings. There was a spawning pool first out for Guru, and unlike Heart of the Swarm, you know, spawning pool first versus hatch first for Namshar, there is a difference. It is definitely more economic to go for the hatch first, and having that spawning pool out first does allow Guru to just get up at slightly earlier Zergling speed, but also he gets out these Zerglings a little bit earlier and he can put some pressure on his opponent.
I think his gas was Guru's gas taken a little bit later.
Namshar's just completely skipping all of his early Zerglings, and he's gonna have the queens out soon. But...
yeah, I was gonna say, like, he has this faster speed, right? And he has even like a lot of gas behind it, banked up. But yeah, he didn't make any lings, so is it quite worth it? He loses his initial drone advantage. Might lose another one. Pretty close. And Guru, I don't think he's gonna go for speed. It almost looks like he forgot it, but I think he was maybe just planning on going for, the wall off here. That's an extremely early lair. I mean, there's early lairs on Frozen Temple, again, because you can get a wall off. There's been, like, you know, fake builds where you get a Roach Warren Evolution Chamber wall off and still go for a Spire. There's been just fast Roach speed wall offs, but this is something that Namshar should be able to scout with his speed.
Oh, Namshar even tries to go for the third expansion, ends up losing the drone after having to cancel the hatchery?
To slow lings!
Oh my god. A lot of Zerglings are coming out right now for Namshar. He may just try and end it over here after feeling like he took a lot of damage. He's only sitting on 25 workers. And there is going to be a Roach Warren being thrown down right now for Guru, so if he can hold on, get up that lair tech, he's going to have a really big potential.
Guru is like, he's so well defended with this wall off because it's Frozen Temple and it's such a short, easy wall off to make. That sure, okay, his third base is going to be later, but he already has this drone lead. And while Namshar is maybe hoping 20 lings could get a queen or cancel too greedy of a third base, Guru is not playing fast and loose here. He's playing quite conservative, so... Namshar will always have the opportunity, you know, with speed. It's not the worst thing to have. But it does affect you this early on in the game a little bit, economy-wise. And we'll see how things even out, if they do even out, as the game continues.
Guru losing a few Zerglings over there. I honestly feel like if Namshar wanted to make this kind of big flood of lings really end the game, then maybe a Baneling Nest would have been in his interest. But I guess he didn't really know what exactly he was up against until he moved in over here at the front and saw the Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber already thrown down. So at this point, all you can really do is try and get up that faster third, try and contain, and just play a bit of catch-up.
Yeah. As you do have the graphs now, you can see that Guru has been winning the income war for a bit, and moderates, I suppose. He isn't quite leaping leaps and bounds, but he's definitely feeling that safety build that he did with a bit faster of the droning quite well. He's got +1 on the way already for his Roaches too, and of course Roach Speed's already done because that lair is so damn quick, but his third base is late as a consequence. And Namshar, you know, he initially made lings, still made a third base though, and that wasn't too committed. But this number of Roaches, this is pretty committed. And Guru's got to find out somehow this is happening. He does have an Overseer go right over the army, and I think he knows, like, oh, okay, you're gonna try and break me here.
Yeah, but I would say that one of the biggest differences is Galileo Reconstitution. Guru can poke in over there. Even if he didn't have the Overseer, he could have moved in with his Roaches, saw, oh, you have a lot of Roaches, and he could have left. He wouldn't take any extra damage from it because his Roaches are just that much faster.
Already getting a concave on top. Now, he is still down 10 army supply, but, you know, reinforcements and whatnot gotta always consider. Varen's Vanderdahl is going to play into effect here. No Ravagers for Guru might be a mistake.
Namshar, He's taking a pretty good engagement over here. The Zerglings are really buying himself a lot of time, soaking up a lot of the early hits from those Roaches. And these Zerglings are going to be able to deny the third expansion once again. The Roaches and Ravagers, maybe even because of this Wallen, Guru can't even take a good engagement over here. You might end up losing both the Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber before +1 weapons finishes.
Yeah, he saw that happening too and already started rebuilding his Roach Warren, but it went down so damn fast. Corrosive Biles on the backside. And remember that Namshar can't really retreat because he doesn't have his own Roach speed here, so he'll be losing a lot on the retreat. But the Corsair Biles can kind of cover it. Just a tiny slit, a little bit. So Guru is not going to commit to a counter. He does have +1 finishing though. No, he's not. He's starting to make drones. Of course, he can't make roaches, but Roach Warren's almost done. And he's going to get a third base. I guess all things considered, Namshar didn't kill him, and Guru still had just a few more drones.
Yeah, I would say the biggest difference right now is, I guess, the fact that Namshar still doesn't have a lair. So his Galil reconstitution is going to be very far off. He doesn't have +1 weapons, whereas Guru is starting up +2 missile attacks. So as this game goes on, Guru's just going to get further and further ahead in that tech and just be able, even if he doesn't have necessarily the economy, he's going to have really, really cost-efficient units.
That's certainly true. I mean, Namshar really looked like he wanted to end the game, and he did push Guru so far back and cancel the third again. He might have thought that was enough damage, but yeah, I agree. The tech advantage here is too good for Guru. He's going to have +2, even for like 20 seconds above Namshar's +1, so I mean, I don't think he's gonna hit that timing, but it's scary to consider. This is kind of odd. There are still quite a few Lings on the right sides, so Guru, you know, sectioning off a group of Roaches could have gotten surrounded, but it was just enough to scare away Namshar's counterattack that he set up.
Well, Guru finally establishes that third expansion, and lair tech goes up for Namshar, so they are kind of catching up to each other, as well as +1 missile attack starting up for Namshar, but is just consistently be that upgrade advantage going in favor of Guru, so we'll see what he can do with it. He's still sitting on a lower drone count as well, as Namshar has really been able to drone up quite heavily. He's even taken a 4th expansion. I almost wonder, can Namshar just go for a big... and this is like something that we occasionally see, but like go for not exactly the Mutalisk tech swap, but you get out the Spire and you get up like 10 Mutalisks, just 10 Mutalisks, because it cleans up all the overlords on the map, and you can do that kind of consistent harassment, keep yourself alive with those Mutalisks.
That might have been a choice if he was a little bit closer in supply, or in this game in general, but since he is so far behind, no, he's gonna try it. I mean, you can try it, you know, like that was a really good call, and it's one of those kind of like desperate maneuvers that can definitely bring you back into a game, but the question is, of course, can it actually work? And if Guru ever gets a hint of this, I think he's going to really push in. He's already really pushing in, and he doesn't necessarily see the Spire. His Roaches are pound to pound much better. He doesn't have any, oh no, he does have Ravages over here, not over here though. And it's like a little complicated, I don't know if he wants to push in like this. But he's gonna try. His right side's deflected, but his left side, I think, is much bigger.
Oh yeah, this left side is gonna cause a lot of problems. Now, the big advantage right now is the fact that Namshar has quite a few of these Ravagers, so Ravagers don't necessarily always just take engagements, they buy time, and he can afford to lose a few of these drones. He's still up 4 drones after losing 5 of them, and the Spire's getting pretty close to finishing, so Guru, even though he has this larger army, it's hard to push into the Corrosive Biles.
Yeah. I really don't know if splintering off his attack, as you said, the Corrosive Biles so good at buying time, was the best move, but it looks like he's finally going to overwhelm the left side, as the right side also is getting overwhelmed, and he's finally broken Namshar on the very, like, second the Spire finishes as well, and Namshar is definitely dead. It quickly overwhelmed and snowballed. GG.
Guru taking game number 1 with the pretty greedy opening that almost didn't end up working out, but was able to make it work in the end.
Yeah, that was, like, pretty greedy. It worked out, though, as you said. I mean, it does tend to work out, I feel. Frozen Temple is a pretty figured-out map. I've been in the map pool for some time, and that is one of the, like, more standard builds. It's either, like, a fast Spire or, like, the slow, steady crawl to the Roach game.
Yeah. Also, side note, I got a tweet from Rifkin who's watching us on his Chromecast. Hey, Graham, for those who don't know, Rifkin got into a garlic accident the other day, broke both of his arms, still recovering. He's been sleeping in his coffin, so if you want to give him some love, send him some love on Twitter, as I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Oh, Fear Dragon. He's gonna be mad at you.
You can't fire me, you need your arms to fire me! So you can point and be like, get out of here. Okay, that was mean.
That was mean. That was totally
That was
unnecessary.
pretty mean. I'm sorry, Graham.
Jesus. He has a Chromecast, though. I wonder why he never brings that to events.
Right? All these times we're like going to hotel rooms and stuff for these events, and we're like, let's watch this movie. How are you gonna do it? Well, I brought my laptop, and if we put our laptop like at a 45-degree angle propped up against the TV, maybe we can play something that way. It's like, just use a Chromecast.
Yeah, I think he might have just bought it.
I feel like that's probably true.
Yeah, he says never used Chromecast before. This is neato. Yeah, because my mom always uses my PlayStation, which isn't that much of a problem, except she also uses my PlayStation controller, which I use to play games on my computer. So I stole it, and she's been like, kind of like, you know, like whatever, like I want to watch Netflix, but okay, whatever. So I'm just like, just buy like a Fire Stick or a Google Chromecast, and I had to like figure out how it works, and it was super duper easy. And I'm like, damn, I'm gonna buy this before I go to Montreal. I'm gonna be like the best party
I would
room.
recommend the Chromecast, like because my parents have a Fire Stick because my mom was obsessed with Amazon. She loves Amazon, but I have a Chromecast, and I also have like my parents have that Fire Stick, and there were a bunch of things that we tried to do with the Fire Stick, and like this is not exactly super easy, and it doesn't always work well. It's like not as well integrated with a lot of other things. Like one thing like I really love about Chromecast is that I can do things straight from my computer and be like, cool, I'm gonna watch Crunchyroll, and like I will just cast it to my TV, or like, oh, I'm gonna watch Twitch, I'm just gonna cast it to my TV. I don't think Fire Stick really has the same level of support.
I'm not sure either. I've only done it on a TV so far. But you just plug in your TV and you bring your remote, so I don't know. I was gonna get a Chromecast anyways. I think I like it better too. But since I'm also, I guess this is also kind of like an announcement that we're gonna get around to, but Rifkin can't go to Montreal, so if you're looking forward to meeting Rifkin, it's not gonna happen. But you can meet me. Yay. Because I'll be going, which means that the hotel room we're usually gonna split is now all mine. So I'm gonna have 2 beds.
You're gonna sleep in one for each night.
Yeah, to snuggle with people. Also, yes, I'm gonna swap beds every night. Which means I can have a party room if I have a Chromecast. Oh, Guru's ready.
Guru said he's ready.
Air's waiting on him, but now he's good to go. So, Namshar did choose King Sejong Station. Enough of our television talk, I suppose.
I think we still have some time.
Yeah, that's true. Namshar not exactly the type of guy to revenge early pool. Guru could.
Yeah, but I mean, like that last game, it was like an early pull, but it wasn't like a cheese early pull. It's just like it was like a 17 pull. It was like just a pool first opening that caught Namshar off guard because Namshar played pretty greedy. Okay, we were talking about how Guru played greedy. Guru played greedy after the first like minute or two, in the sense that he skipped Zergling's speed and everything. He played greedy with his gas. Namshar played greedy with his minerals, foregoing all of his early Zerglings.
Yeah, there was definitely that. That felt like more of a mistake. Of course, Guru felt like it was a build, right? It was a choice not to get that speed and whatnot. But I think that might have really affected Namshar initially. He really almost came back. I think he had a good comeback potential with how he was starting to play after the initial, like, oops, I had speed and didn't really use it. So hopefully he's like shaking off all the rust or whatever. But it is going to be hatch first from both parties with a little difference. In the bottom right, as the green Zerg, he is Guru, going for the regular natural base.
And up in the top left-hand corner of the map, the red Zerg player from Team Dead Pixels. Give it up for Namshar.
Yeah, taking that base over here. So, yeah, I think everyone knows this is an option, especially after, what was it, Home Story Cup with Scarlet versus TLO. Like, they both took it, and then they laughed at each other because they tried to scout. But it is, I think, just like a style thing. I know there's benefits to it. Downsides, I think there still are downsides. It's like really tricky in Legacy.
There are a lot of downsides.
Yeah, and
I feel
like,
well, after that last game, like, can you imagine that last game, like either one of the players trying to take a far off third expansion like this?
Yeah, but the thing is that In Legacy of the Void, it's usually a given that you're gonna have 3 bases. Although, as you said, like last game, there was quite a slow one, wasn't there? But if you get away with it fast enough, it's almost better than waiting a long time. So like a super greedy Protoss third, sometimes you get away with it and you feel like a boss. Yeah. Because, you know, they didn't scout it, they didn't expect it. But of course, Overlord scouting is makes this matchup a lot different. But it is that thing like, okay, so they took it over here. Are you going to all in? Because they're probably gonna have their own speedlings, and this gap of area isn't as problematic for Zerglings as it is for like Adepts.
Oh, I don't think Guru's ever seen this before. Guru's throwing down a Spinecrawler. He's getting up pure Zerglings. I think he believed this was a 1 base all in.
No way.
Which was the original intent of this. It's just that, as you're saying, like it's almost like a stylistic thing now that people just expect it. But Guru did not expect this. Okay, well he's taking it third now, so maybe he does realize it.
You're right, the Spinecrawler was a little odd. When I saw that, I thought, like, oh, he's just going to be, like, super safe. Because the thing is that if they go for this, like, faster third base, they don't have to be greedy with it, you know? Like, there's that surprise ling-a-ling off the back of it. So I thought he was going to be careful and go for his own greed here, but, no, he cancels it.
He did cancel it.
Yeah, he cancels it. I think that is the better option, because you're pretty even on everything. Your speed's close to finishing as he sees Namshar's finish up. You both got Baneling nests. The Spinecrawler is only going to help out if I think you screw up, which Guru is planning on not screwing up.
Yeah. Generally, better idea to just assume that you're not going to mess up.
As a pro gamer, I think when it's close. In your own like Gold League games, put on a billion Spinecrawlers. Go for it.
Oh yeah, like when I'm playing, like I'm like, okay, I got my triple Stargate, I'm making Phoenix versus the Mutalist, but I'm also gonna throw down like 12 photon cannons for when I lose all my Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually not Guru messing up at all, and Namshar's not really messing up. You know, these Ling Wars will happen, they'll usually just bounce off each other, but he did lose a chunk of Lings trying to go for that third a little bit too quickly. His Banelings are now coming in. Guru was going to try and trade 2 for 4, doesn't quite work out that way, and oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Ooh.
A lot of trades going down here. Oh,
I think Guru definitely getting some pretty decent trades over there. And managed to take out another Baneling, only losing a handful of his Zerglings. I feel like Guru's doing a really, really nice job of defending against this.
Yeah, I think that was a mana donation from Namshar, in fact, so I wasn't sure. That just did not get what he wanted. So now that Guru has his Banelings and Namshar's kind of out of them, it's a little bit tricky to continue this engagement. Was he joining behind this? No, he was not, so Ooh, if he loses the war and still is on lower drone count, that's not so good.
Yeah, none of them have started up their lair tech or anything just yet, so I don't think it's going to be the worst situation in the world for either of them. They're both actually still making Lings and Banelings, I guess a bit paranoid, but Namshar! Namshar is going to catch Guru very far out of position. There are a couple of Banelings still left over, but looks like Namshar has to retreat back because it's the exact same thing happening on the opposite side of the map.
Okay, I was really worried. I was like, those Banelings are pretty out of position, but all the Lings do is get a Queen. But, I mean, they also sent Namshar's army back. But Namshar is starting to drone now, where Guru did make he's making more Lings even still. So neither of them are ready to transition out of Ling Baneling, but they are both trying to find points where they can get that lead in drones as their opponent over-defends or over-commits.
Ooh, Namshar trying to just kill off as many of these Banelings on the south side as possible so there's an opportunity to move in, but he's losing so many of his Zerglings. Looks like the counterattack does not work out. Not
so much. This is only a small portion of Guru's counterattack. There's the rest of them. I guess they noticed there weren't any Banelings in the natural, but okay. They could have gone into the main base, instead they run into the Banelings. He does get a couple of drones, though. More than a couple. 10 go down. Oh, God. Oh, more are going to go down. There we go. 15 total. Oof. Oof, 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 oof.
You know, when just 10 went down, it was evened up worker counts, but after the next 5 go down, that suddenly becomes a problem. Namshar has got to find a way to equalize this damage, but there's so many more Zerglings out for Guru. Unless Namshar gets some really fantastic Baneling hits off, I don't know if he has enough to really counteract the damage.
Oh, God. I mean, looking at the numbers here, 50 Zerglings to about 20 for Namshar. Gotta be some really good Baneling hits. Unfortunately, he uses his Banelings on... Oh, no, he has more Banelings. Still, he used 3 Banelings and a couple of Cocoons. I wasn't sure if that was quite worth it, but still, 6 more looking for good hits. They're far out of position now, though.
This is really smart from Guru, though, because he keeps sending the Zerglings and just bypassing
Where
any
are
of
the Banelings
Namshar's
going?
attacks.
I guess he's trying to surprise Guru's reinforcements? Oh, but that's so many Banelings to commit to that.
Oh,
it works.
Okay, well, that works. And he's going to be able to get all of the, Guru's Banelings as well. Maybe this is starting to turn around a little bit. The problem is he was still dealing with a lot of these Zerglings on the other side of the map on the defensive. And I don't know if Namshar is really ahead by any means, because he's still on a lower drone count.
Yeah, he's still lower in army supply, even after those amazing Baneling hits. Those were his Banelings, though. That's always something to consider. Like, his 6 Banelings get good hits, that's fine, but he didn't have many on the backside. So he makes 6 more, 8 more, actually, 2 over here as well. And I think he's now been caught over-defending, unfortunately. Especially since if you make too many Banelings, you really don't have any Lings to counterattack, and Banelings are obviously very slow. So Guru gets away with 10 more drones. He's probably going to get to Roaches. And I think Namshar's about to fizzle here.
He's definitely already starting to fizzle as he ends up losing a good chunk of his Zerglings just trying to get that damage done. He only has 2 Banelings left over, 1 Baneling left over in the front. A couple more are going to be coming in from the backside. This is the last hope for Namshar. He was already down 0-1. If he loses this game, he's out of the tournament.
Yeah. He just really doesn't have anything left over. You know, the Banelings, 6 Banelings are kind of scary, but Queens can pick them off. The 3rd base might go down here, and the Baneling nest. The Roaches are out too. It's gonna help. Just split the drones a little bit. Just split the drones a little bit. Okay, well. Still. 14 drones down. He's still up 13.
Still behind in workers.
Yeah.
Behind.
Baneling nest is so close to going down. The natural was torn apart too. Namshar lost 5 of his own drones.
And there goes down that Baneling nest. With the Roaches out, like, there's no way Namshar can take a good engagement here. GG gets called. Guru advances on to the semifinals.
Not unexpected. Guru does usually get to the semifinals and everything like that. But good showing by Namshar. What does the rest of the bracket look like before we go to the break? Tabs. So many tabs. Okay. No one else has advanced. Natural beat Neuro, I guess is the news. But I think the plan is to cast both semifinals. So whatever one comes back first will be the one that we grab. So see you in at least 2 minutes. And I guess we'll come back and talk about things. Because why not? We haven't seen you guys in a while. Okay? Yeah. See you then.